Man, I wish Kojak was on.
Dave, you knew Harry Smith, didn't you?
Well, I met him a couple of times. He used to have this pad in Chelsea when I was a kid. This is late 60s. And it was kind of like a speed freak then, you know. These people were up for like 2 weeks at a time. So I stopped by there for a couple of times, but it wasn't really my scene. They were into all that, you know, magic stuff, you know what I mean? Casting spells and all this. That wasn't my scene. But I think, you know, before he got on the speed, he was quite a guy because he was like this real OC collector, you know. He would collect like balls of string and butterflies and 78s he was into for a long time, you know. He painted and he did a lot of stuff, you know. They're just figuring out now all the stuff he did. He made films. But he used to collect 78s. He would go like traveling and knock on people's doors and see if they had any old 78s. And one of the things he collected was a lot of like blues and Appalachian kind of music. And at one point, I don't know, he had thousands of them, but he bequeathed them or sold them, I don't know, to the Smithsonian. This is probably like late 40s, early 50s. And they put a bunch of them together on about 8 like LPs, just right from the old 78s. And they called it the Anthology of American Folk Music. So when this thing came out, you know, like the folk thing was starting in Washington Square. And this was like a treasure trove of material for all the folkies and the wannabes. So it became kind of like the Rosetta Stone of the folk boom, you know, like everybody learned all the songs on these records, and it was like the basic repertoire of like every folk singer in those days. But you got to understand, like from that, right, came, you know, all the like hip rock and roll and everything. You know, when you think about, you know, like that movie, It's a Wonderful Life, where the guy all of a sudden was never there and the town is a hellhole. It's like if you took Harry Smith out of the picture, this whole culture that we're living in today would be entirely different, you know, because he had such a root effect on so many people who then went on to affect other people, you know. So it was pretty amazing. And the songs that he collected, you know, always had some kind of like really interesting bent to them. I like the ones generally where somebody dies. You know, they had kind of like a bleakness to them that appeals to me. Times ain't now nothing like they used to be. Oh, times ain't now nothing like they used to be. And I tell y'all the truth, oh, take it for me. I done seen better days, but ain't putting up with thee. Yeah, I seen better days, but I'm putting up with thee. I had a much better time with these girls, now I'm so hard to please. 'Cause I was born in the country, she thinks I'm easy to know. Yeah, I was born in the country, she thinks I'm easy to know. She tried to hitch me to a wagon, wanna drive me like a mule. You know, I bought the groceries and I paid the rent. Yeah, I bought the groceries and I paid the rent. She tried to make me wash her clothes, but got good common sense. I says, if you don't want me, why don't you tell me so? You know that if you don't want me, why don't you tell me so? I go to hell like a man that ain't got nowhere to go. I've been giving you the sugar for sugar, let you get salt for salt. I give you sugar for sugar, let you get salt for salt. And if you can't get along with me, well, it's your own fault. How do you want me to love you when you're treating me mean? How do you want me to love you? You keep treating me mean. You're my very last thought in my nightmare dream. Sometimes I think that you're too sweet to die. Sometimes I think that you're too sweet to die. And another time I think you ought to be buried alive.